F1 teams threaten legal action against the FIA, Dier gets into altercation with a fan, and the APF Indoor Soccer League is set to begin. Welcome to another episode of 90.6 FM Sports. I'm your host Gabriel, and I've got a review of some of the biggest sport happening in and around the world. Don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification icon so you know exactly when the next video is released. At the time of this video, we're just 10 days away from the scheduled start of the 2020 Formula 1 season, with the first race of the year set to happen in Melbourne, Australia. And already there's controversy surrounding Ferrari. Last week, the FIA released a statement that they'd reached a settlement agreement with Ferrari after long-running technical investigations into their power unit. The FIA decided to keep the details of the agreement private, but stated that both parties agreed to technical commitments. This caused multiple F1 teams, including Mercedes, Red Bull, and McLaren, to threaten legal action if the truth of the investigation isn't released publicly. The last time Ferrari won a championship as a team was in 2008, despite the championship going to McLaren's Lewis Hamilton at the time, when he won the first of his now 6 championships. Ferrari's desperation to return to the top may cost them in the near future. Now, as I mentioned several moments ago, the first race is scheduled for March 15th, but it might not even happen due to the coronavirus. Organizers are hopeful of the rest of the race taking place, but with there being 42 reported cases of the virus in the country, there's a chance that the race may be cancelled entirely while the world fights the epidemic. FA Cup fixtures took place, which saw most teams expected to win do just that, but some of the surprising results include the loss of Liverpool to Chelsea. Liverpool are now competing for just 2 competitions, and it's possible that the European champions are knocked out of the Champions League by Atletico Madrid, meaning they will have won only the Premier League come the end of the season. A very big disappointment for Klopp and his boys after going more than half of the season looking like they were invincible, looking like they couldn't be beat at all. Now, the second team that fell to a surprise loss is Tottenham Hotspur against Norwich City by penalties. But the real story belongs to Tottenham player Dier. The 26-year-old midfielder was being insulted by his own fans, but his little brother was there and took exception to that. When Dier saw this, he jumped into the crowd and got into altercation with the fan, and even had to be held back by stewards and security. As a professional, this is something that can't be done and will likely result in a fine and/or a ban, but as a human being, it's understandable, as he just wanted to protect his little brother. In what's to come, you can expect Premier League action this weekend, including the Manchester derby, which will be played at Old Trafford. With United fighting for top 4 and Manchester City playing with momentum, I'm sure it's going to be an exciting game. There will also be round 6 of Super Rugby taking place, with the only team having a bye this weekend is the Stormers. A few things happening in the Vault Triangle includes the Vol Mall 4-in-1 Challenge happening March 21st on Human Rights Day. There will be races ranging from 5 to 20 kilometers, and entries will be happening on race day. For more info, you can visit www.volmall.coza, but you can also find the link to the website in the description below the video. Last but not least, the APF Portuguese Hall in Vanderbijlpark will be hosting the next Indoor Soccer League starting March 13th. It's sponsored by Hunters and 90.6 FM Stereo. This league will feature 8 teams going head-to-head in the group stages before heading into the knockout stages where the eventual champions will be crowned. The previous league ended in August of 2019, and players and fans have eagerly awaited the commencement of the coming season to see who will be the best 5-a-side team in the entire Vol. That's all from me on today's episode of 90.6 FM Sport. Thanks as always for tuning in. Be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and follow all of 90.6 FM social media channels in order to be updated on the latest in sport. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.